Hello there everyone and welcome. My name is KevTendo and today I am in a world that I have been walking around, wandering around in, exploring the world, seeing what all is currently in here. It is a Sword Art Online world that actually allows you to play the Sword Art Online game, at least what's available so far. They're going to be updating the game as time goes on, but for what they have right now, they do have it. You could either say it's a foundation for a game or they actually have a working playable game right now, just minus some actual key features. But we'll go ahead and show you what this world is called. The Sword Art Online world that I am currently in for today's video is a PC Quest world, which is crazy to think that this is also Quest compatible as well. That's good too, but it's crazy with how much they have in it. It is a PC Quest world called Project Aincrad, and this world is made over here by Argus VRC. Now, what Project Aincrad aims to do is recreate the world of Sword Art Online as an actual playable experience right here in VR chat. And I don't mean that as in like, oh, it's a little mini game where it's just like, oh yeah, this was kind of like Sword Art Online. They're actually aiming to make this a playable, working experience in VR chat. If you watch my video on the Fate of the Erebloss spaceship management game, that's an actual game. It's not like a mini game, that's an actual game. And this Project Aincrad is doing a similar thing, but on a much, much larger scale. So there are a couple things I want to go over and show in this video. We will start with the game having an actual working menu, which is why if you're looking at my hands and you're wondering why there's a big, round ball, that now it's red, a white ball in my fingers, it's because on your avatar, you need to have actual touch points that you use to actually touch the menus in the game. You do not need to use any of the VR chat normal menus. All the menus that you need for this game are right here in this game. So to start off, let's start off with the HUD. If you look at my view here, you can see at the top of my screen on the over to the left over there, I have my name tag and it has a green bar. That's my health bar. It tells me I have 250 out of 250 health and I'm currently level 1. And then you look down here to the right, this is the actual time. This is the actual time I have here on my computer. So it's almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon for me. Now that we've got the HUD out of the way, we can go and do the actual menuing in this game, which is so cool. So one of the reasons why we have these little indicators here on our fingers is because, well, the game needs to be able to tell if we are doing any gestures, which the menu in this game is opened up the same way you open it in Sword Art Online, which is you take your finger. Once it turns red, it shows that you're now activating the, you're able to do the open menu gesture. You take your finger and you slide down. And you've got your in-game menu. So you can see right here, it has my name, it has my level, it has the experience I have, how much health I have, how much money I have, and then how much time I've actually been playing this, which it's saying that I have currently been playing the game for 2 hours and 41 minutes. And this is actually from it being saved over the past 3 days. I've been wandering around exploring the world. You can see it actually has been saving my playtime because it actually saves the game, which is so cool. So in our menu here, we have this first icon, which is more like your player icon. It has items, skills, and equipment. And as of right now, I'll go ahead and say the whole PvE thing. There is no PvE in the game right now. That's why we are in version 1.5.0. The next update is going to be version 1.5.1, and that's when they are implementing PvE into the game, so you will be able to fight enemies. There's a sign right outside of town that tells you that. It also gives a link to their Discord as well. So again, as of right now, since we can't level up, we can't learn skills, so, whoops, I put my menu away. Let's put that back. We go open this. When I click on skills, it's blank. Nothing happens when I do this. But if I untap that, and I go over here to items, you can see I have items. So I have a hand mirror, 2 teleport crystals, because I already used one, and then 5 potions. So you start off with a hand mirror, 3 teleport crystals, and 5 potions. Go over here to the hand mirror, tap on that. We have 3 options here. I think the X, I don't want to click on it. I think the X is probably for discarding or dropping the item, not to go back, because you could easily just click on the other items or click there to go back. So that might be for dropping an item if you don't want it. This middle option just brings up a little item description, and it tells you the hand mirror is an item. It just brings up a short little item description. This little play icon When you tap on that, it'll actually generate your item in the game, and it's actually falling. I gotta grab it. I punched my mic. And what is so cool with this mirror, as you can see, the mirror actually works. But you can see it here. This is really cool that they give you an in-game mirror that you can use to view your character at any time. Now, what's really cool about this is whenever an item is inside of your inventory, it is a personal item. But once an item comes out of your inventory, it is then turned into a world item. So let me see if I can make sure I can reach the ground. I still can't reach the ground. I'm too tall for some reason in this one. Let me go somewhere where I can drop and not lose it. This bench seems like a physical object I can drop it on. So if I take my mirror and I drop it here, oh, you can sit there. Oh, good. Okay. So now my mirror is laying right there on that bench. Since it is now a world item, someone else could come over and just pick up my mirror. And well, they could run off with it if they want, but they can actually grab the mirror and interact with it because now it is a world item. The only time other people cannot interact with your items is if it is in your inventory. Once it's out in the world and it's no longer in your hands, anyone else can pick it up. I picked up someone else's sword because they dropped it without noticing, and I picked it up and I gave it back to them. I don't want to take people's stuff. If I, they were really appreciative about it, but like, that's so cool that you can even do that. We're going to go ahead and pick this back up. So now we've got our mirror again. And to take your item and put it back in your inventory, you need at least one open hand. So like if you're dual wielding swords, you'll have to drop one sword to open your menu. You can't just open it while you have both hands full. You need to have one open and available hand. What you'll do is you'll open up your menu. And then once you have your menu open, you will take your item and you will put it by your menu. And once it glows red like it is now, you let go. And it's now gone back inside of your inventory. It's so cool. So we'll go ahead, open up the menu again, go back to the player menu, and we'll show you this with a weapon. So if I go to my equipment, I have 2 wooden swords and an iron sword. If I go ahead and click on my wooden sword here, go ahead and hit the drop icon. It spawns into the world. I can grab it and I can now use it, whether it's in left hand. Oh crap. I may have just lost my wooden sword because I can't reach the floor for some reason. I don't know. I just fixed my floor setting. All right, well, I can't pick up that sword. But what I was going to say is you can use it in your left hand or your right hand. Don't worry, that'll eventually go back in my inventory after however long. It'll despawn after a little while. Go back in my inventory. It's fine. But if I were to open up my menu again, and I were to pull out another wooden sword, and again, wooden swords are free, so if I were, not my iron sword, if I were to lose my wooden sword, wouldn't matter because they're free. I could just go buy another wooden sword. But we have my wooden sword. It's now in my right hand, not my left hand. I could dual wield if I wanted to by opening my menu and pulling out a second weapon. But again, if I were to drop the sword and someone else were to reach down and pick up the sword, like that wooden sword down there, they could actually do that because again, this is now a world item. Anyone could pick it up. I don't know if they can put it in their inventory. I don't want to try that just because I don't like taking people's stuff and stealing it or whatever. So I don't want to try that, but it may be a possibility. If someone drops their sword, someone else can just take it, put it in their inventory, run away. I don't know. But again, if you want to put your sword away, you open up your menu. You put your sword up there. Once it turns red, you can see it's brown now. Now it's red. Let go. And now it's stored back in my inventory. I can go to my equipment, and you can see the wooden sword is back in there. That one should eventually go back in there. Now also in our menu, we have this little multi-person one. It has 2 people. This is more like cooperative stuff. Where, oh, it disappeared. There you go. The sword disappeared. Is it back in my inventory? Nope. It should have gone back in there. I had it do it once already, so maybe it's back in there. I don't know. Maybe I gotta wait a little bit. Who knows? Or it could have just been destroyed, lost durability. But you go back here. This is like the co-op kind of button, social kind of tab or whatever. You can see there's a party tab, a friends tab, and a guild tab, but none of these features really work. Pretty much anything that's in this tab, and this tab, they don't work yet because they haven't been implemented in the game yet. If I click on party, we get a message that says this feature is currently not implemented. Friends, same thing. Guild, same thing. Feature is currently not implemented. Go over here to a little chat text box icon. You can add people as friends, you can trade, or you can duel. Again, features aren't implemented yet. This is like a new world and they're still working on, it's a big project. They're still working on implementing these things. You can duel people, which I assume would allow you to duel people in safe zones, which are towns, so that you can actually freely, safely duel another player without having to worry about being out in the wild and someone just running up and going like, okay, that person beat that person's about to die, just and just stab them in the back and take their stuff or whatever. But you don't need to worry about that. If you can duel inside of towns, that's cool. Next, we have this little Google Maps looking icon with the little ping thing. It has quest, it has field map, and dungeon map. Now, I hope, whoops, I put my menu away. I hope when it comes to the dungeon map, even just the normal map, I hope it fills out as you explore rather than it just being, here's a standard map. That way it actually push people to explore. And once you've actually explored the area, it will fill out the map, and now you have a map that's full. You can use it at any time. Especially in a dungeon, where you could just explore the dungeon, not knowing where you're going, and then like, if for people who want to fully 100% complete their maps, they can go around and fully explore the dungeons. That's cool. That's also a feature that was in the game, was people didn't have, people didn't have map information, so some people were actually buying map information from other players. That would be cool if that was a thing that you could do. You could sell your personal map data to other players. That would be cool. It's a bit ambitious, I would say, but that would still be cool regardless. But even if it is just an already pre-filled out map, that's fine too. But you go to each of these, same thing, features not currently in. Then the next thing that we have down here is the settings wheel. So we have options, help, and logout. Currently help, features currently not implemented, so no help for you. We have two other features here, which are the actual options, and then the logout, or the, in parentheses, it says save. So we will go to options, and here you can adjust the graphics, you can adjust gameplay. What do you adjust in gameplay? Custom cursor colors, so I think that's like this little map, or this little menu cursor. Probably change that. Safe zone autosave, I have this turned on so that whenever I enter into a safe zone, which is a town, it will automatically save my game for me. That way I don't need to remember to save my game and end up, I don't know, having, let's say, VR chat crash or having my headset die or something or whatever, and I didn't save and I end up losing that progress. I don't need to worry about that. As soon as I go into a safe zone, it'll automatically save for me. Open the menu back up. Go back here. That is so cool. It just feels good to have a menu like that. It actually feels good to use. Next we have music and sound, which I adjusted this. I turned down the music volume for the video, but you still have sound effects volume, ambience volume, and then there actually does play Sword Art Online music. I, again, disabled that for obvious YouTube reasons. And then we can go back, and then you can see down here it says get Patreon items. You can support this game on Patreon. I don't know if they have any links to their Patreon here in the world. I did see a QR code on the wall to the other town over there. I don't know what that is. I haven't tested that yet. But if you go through their Discord, I'm sure you can find their Patreon. If you'd like to help support their development of the game, you can do that as well. And you get actual Patreon items. I saw a guy that was out there. He was fighting other players with his dual Patreon weapons, his pay-to-win weapons. He was killing people. Oh my goodness. This game is pay to win. But at least that I know of, that's a Patreon weapon, because there's only like 8 weapons that you can buy in the game, and it was none of those. So I assume that's a Patreon exclusive weapon. And there might be other equipment and items as well. But if you would like to help support this game, make sure to play it yourself. See if you like it. Join their Discord. And if you want to help support them, go help support them. We'll show their Discord thing in the video, because there is a sign out there that has that. So we'll get to that when we get there. Now, the last thing on our menu is this log out and save button. What this will do is it doesn't actually log you out of the game. It'll change your avatar, because it changes your avatar multiple times during the process. Usually it always defaults you back to this standard avatar, just because this is, I guess, the best avatar to be using in this world. It just defaults you to it. Sometimes avatars are too small, it'll force you into this one. Avatars are too big, it'll force you into this one. That way you don't have people cheating. You have people too small where the hitbox is too small and you can't reach them. You have people who are too big where their hitbox may be big, but they're far enough away that they can reach across the map and hit you with their giant arms and then just whatever. It's more like they have anti-cheat enabled through actual means to prevent people from doing that. People can't use play space mover. in this world won't let you. You can't like teleport and stuff. You can't use the respawn button in your menu. Just a bunch of stuff to, try and keep players from cheating and ruining the experience for other players, or just exploiting the game itself. So there's a lot of stuff like that, and that's good. But if we go over here, and we'll go ahead and save right now, just so I can show you. I'll go ahead and click log out save, and it'll say logging out will save your progress. Your avatar will be changed. Continue, recommended, yes. Right? It'll change you to the recommended one. So we'll go ahead and save. Save in game data. Your avatar will change during this process. You can see my avatar changed, and now I'm just these little white floating button selecting things. What this will do is, like I said, it will not log you out of the game. It'll say that your save data, finish saving game data right there. It'll say finish saving game data. You are free to change worlds. So once you've done that, once you've saved the game, you are now free to navigate away from this world if you want to go join your friends in another world, or you just want to put VR chat down for the day, or at least put it down for right now to play later later in the day or whatever. You can do that. You got to go to work, you got to go to school, you can save the game, then log out. It's perfectly fine. And it will save your save data. And that's so cool that they have a feature in that. I have not seen any other world that has an actual save feature, but again, there's not a lot of actual games in VR chat. It's more just like a mini game kind of thing. It doesn't really save anything between instances. And then you've probably seen me do this entire time, where if we pull down the menu, if you want your menu to go away, you either walk far enough away from it that it disappears. It might go away on its own if you don't interact with it over a certain amount of time, or you can open your hand and you can just kind of shoo it away and it'll go away. Just shoo, Now that we've shown the menu, that's going to be like the bulk of this video, is just that whole menu thing right there. So next we can go and show off the little shops. We're not really going to buy anything because I don't want to spend any money yet because the game's not really out yet. And there's really no need to buy anything yet. You start off with an iron sword. You start off with a wooden sword. You can't fight enemies yet. So there's really no reason to need to buy anything. But you can if you want. But we're going to go over to the shops. So over here, you can see that's where we started off, the little main teleport inside the town. What you'll do is you'll head out here in this first arch to your right. You will have NPCs. Now there are 3 NPCs in this game world. We have, what's your name? Luke, Minty, and then inside this building here, we have Stella. Actually, I guess there are 6 NPCs, because there are 3 NPCs that look just like them in the other town, but they have different names. So what these shops sell is, this guy sells beginner weapons, Luke's beginner weapons. When you come up to an NPC, you will get a little science flask icon looking thing here. You will go ahead, ooh, not my own menu. Oh wait, shoot. You'll go ahead and you will tap on this, and it'll say Luke's beginner weapons. And here you can look at weapons. You have the name, you have the stock, which I don't really think matters. I think that's just, I don't know, just, for, just to be there. I don't know how to say it. It's just there for cosmetics, just to make it look like, oh, whatever. Because in the show, I think there were people that were buying out items and then no one else could buy them. But I don't think that they're going to replicate that in this. I don't know. I don't think they are. So you have stock, doesn't really matter. It has a price over to the right. You can see the wooden sword is free. So if I don't get my wooden sword back, let's go ahead and check. Did I ever get my wooden sword back? Equipment. Nope. I think it was out of the world too long and it broke. Let's go and buy another wooden sword. So you can see here we have wooden sword, iron spear, iron katana, and steel sword. I think when I start, I might try the iron spear just for that extra reach and see how that works. But we will go ahead. We will tap here on the menu. We have wooden sword selected. Then over here, it'll give us the item's description. So it says buy item, E wooden sword clone. It's a sword, one-handed. It says its range is short, which I'm sure if I selected the iron spear. Oh, it still says short. Oh, that has a lot of attack. 20 to 30, geez. But the wooden sword, its attack is 1 to 3. It's a blunt type weapon because it's a wooden sword. It's not sharp. Durability is 0. Weight is 1. Equip plus 1, whatever that means. Maybe your equipment goes up. I don't know. And then it's for training. So if you want to buy an item, you'll go ahead and click on the confirmation circle. And purchase successful, received wooden sword ×1. So now we can go get this menu away. Tap here. Open up our menu. go to the player stats page, whatever, go to equipment, and now you can see we have an extra wooden sword. Now, we'll go show you off the second store, which is Minty here, who sells potions and teleport crystals. You can see the stuff right there. Those are potions, teleport crystals. Open up his menu. Minty's Curative Curios. So you can see he has a potion, healing crystal, curing crystal, and a teleport crystal. Now, I've actually used a teleport crystal. When it comes to using items, same thing. You pull it out of your menu. Go to items. I'll use a potion. Let me show you. Go ahead and use a potion. Got it. And try not to punch things in my room. I somehow grabbed my camera on accident. Ooh, there we go. So we've got our healing potion here. And in order to use it, you press and hold the trigger, and that will automatically use it for you. And you can see up there to the left of my health, I have like a new status effect, which is like a health regeneration effect. So if my health were down, it would be going back up. It would actually heal me for a small duration. So that's how you use items. You press and hold the trigger to actually use the item, and you hold it down for a certain amount of time, probably like about 2 seconds, to confirm that you're trying to use it, and then there you go. So if we were to buy items back from this guy, oh my goodness. Oh, good. Okay. Healing crystal. Oh, I thought I used a healing crystal. I was like, that's 250. Jeez. No, I used a potion that's worth 30, so that's not too bad. I could always just buy another. Oh. So essentially, this guy will just sell you items that you can use. If you do want to quick travel back to town, you will want to have some teleport crystals on you, because you cannot open your menu here, and you cannot click respawn. If you try, it'll say warning, player caught teleporting. It will not allow you to do that. You cannot respawn, which is a good thing, you know, because again, you don't want to be fighting someone and you're about to win, and then they're just like, and they respawn back and then just escape from you. Then that's not really. I mean, they could use their teleport crystal, but then they're actually using something that they have to buy back. There's a loss on their end. But again, you don't have people using normal VR chat means to, again, cheat the game. Next off in here, we have the expensive shop. This is where you buy the expensive weapons. You go here and open up her menu. She sells, well, expensive weapons. You can see right there, they all cost 750. You can tap on them to get their information. So you have a sword here, Bloodthorn. There's another sword there, Divine Blade, another sword there, and then Dragon Slayer. You have another sword there. And then it tells you if they have equipment +5, strength +5, agility +1, and then raw XD. I don't know what that does, but it's in there. But yeah, you go ahead and not select that. But again, that's the expensive shop. You can check all 3 of these shops here. There are 3 more NPCs in the other town as well. That's I don't know which way is north or south or whatever. It's that way. By the way, it's if you if you head towards the front gate, you pretty much just keep heading straight, and you will see like a lake. Whoops! And on the other side of the lake is another town. There's not too much left to show you guys, because that was pretty much the bulk of what's currently in the game. Right now, it's just a bunch of menuing and being able to purchase and buy items. But once you get out of town, you will exit the safe zone. I kind of wish it gave you a message to show you when you leave a safe zone, but you left a safe zone. It gives you a message if you enter into a safe zone, but not when you leave. But you can see over here to the right, we have some boars. There's like 6 of them here. I did find another one further down that way. There is one more out there. And then we have a bee over here. But again, there's no PvE, so you can't fight them yet. That's what this sign is for. PvE combat system. The combat system for PvE is currently still in development and will be released in version 1.5.1. And again, we are in version 1.5.0. I think it said part 2, whatever. But whenever the next update comes out, it should be version 1.5.1, and there should be PvE in the game, making this an actual playable experience. Even if you can only fight boars, you can only fight bees, even if that is all that is for, let's say, like a month or 2 months or however long it takes, that's still fine, because that's still a playable game. You know, right now with all the stuff I've shown you, the menuing, the whole saving thing, it's already got so much more, I would say, than a lot of games do. Because it's got a really good foundation to build a game of. So you will see it says it's from Argus VRC, and then here goes their Discord thing right there if you'd like to go and follow them on Discord, which I gotta remember to do that. And then all that is left to show you guys that I can think of that is currently in the game is swimming. You can swim in this. I am not, whatever you do not jump down here. Do not jump in this little river. Do not jump in this little moat or any of it. Do not jump in there because you will not get back out unless someone comes and kills you to get you out. Or I guess, go into the VR chat and load up another world, load up another instance, and then it should teleport you back out to wherever your last save was. But again, if you haven't saved, you're kind of stuck. I tried opening my menu while I was underwater. I couldn't do it, so I couldn't use like a teleport crystal to get myself out. Do not jump in here. I went all the way around. There's nowhere for you to get out. If you try to hop over this ledge, you get a warning that says, jumped too high, too fast, and it counts it as like an exploit, so it prevents you from doing that and it plunges you right back down. Same thing, if I go here and go to respawn, it'll say, warning, player caught teleporting. A warning like that will pop up that says jump too high too soon, so it assumes that you're trying to exploit the game in some way, so it prevents you from doing that, so you can't get back out. Don't go in there. Don't go in there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run all the way to the lake, and I will show you guys in the lake because I at least know that I can get out of the lake. So I will see you guys when I get over. They have these weird mushroom things that like spew water out and down there, so it's like a little waterfall. This waterfall, I can probably actually just swim in this little thing here. This waterfall leads down over there, creating like a tiny little stream, and then it overflows down there. There's the big lake. I know I can get out of that. Let's see if I can get out of this. I'll go ahead and swim. I'll jump in the water. Okay, now I'm in the water. So what will happen is if you aren't doing anything, I guess I'm not. You should be slowly floating up towards the top. I am slowly floating up. Oh, now I'm going back down because this water has like 2 layers. So you can see here, I fell back in, apparently. It'll float me up. Oh, I'm going further down. Oh no. I don't know if you can drown. I need to pull myself up. Basically what you do is you use the right triggers on your controller to grab the water, and this will like push you around. So like now my head was above the water. You can use that to pull yourself around in the water. If you look at my screen here, move the camera there. You can see I'm pulling myself. I'm swimming through and getting over towards this little waterfall. Can I go down the waterfall? Uh-oh, what was that sound? I don't want to drown. Help! Okay, I'm out. But you can actually use the right triggers to pull yourself through the water and, emulate swimming. Skyrim VR has that same thing. Fallout 4 VR has the same thing. Same concept. You essentially pull yourself through the water because you can't actually emulate swimming itself in VR without having something to grab onto. As of right now, that is currently all that is in the game. They have that town over there, that beginning town. They have swimming in the game. They have the whole menu system here, which is really cool to mess with. The only other thing I could tell you is when it comes to your money, you gain money just by playing the game, because again, there's no enemies to fight to gain money right now. So the longer you spend in the game, the more money you get. You should start off with like 250. Since I've been in here for 3 hours, I now have 650. I'm actually getting close to being able to buy one of those expensive swords. But yeah, you get money over time just by being in the game long enough. And then once you can fight enemies, you'll be able to gain money much faster. When it comes to PvP, you can PvP in the game. You can fight other players. You can do damage to them. Your health bar will go down. Their health bar will go down. They can drink potions during the fight or whatever. You can fight and kill other players. You don't lose your weapons because it goes back in your inventory. I was watching people and I asked them. They said, oh yeah, no, when I die, it just goes back in my inventory. So you don't need to worry about getting killed, dropping your sword upon death, and then needing to try and rush back and grab it before someone else picks it up. It should just go back in your inventory when you die. I did hear someone say that when you die, you do lose money, though. I'm not sure. I haven't tested it myself, but there might be some penalties to dying added later on if there aren't any already. I just don't know what they are. So other than that, that's pretty much all that is currently available in the game. Now, my thoughts on this is that this is an extremely, extremely cool feature It's actually turning daytime right now. It's 15:30, so I guess we were at the end of a night cycle. Yeah, my skin tone is starting to change too, as it starts to get brighter out. My thoughts on the game right now is, with what they are doing here in the game, I hope more world developers follow this lead. Again, the same thing with the Fate of the Earbloss game. I hope more developers start working toward, or world developers start working towards making actual full playable games in VR chat. Because as of right now, and same thing it's been since 2017 when VR chat released, VR chat has essentially just been a virtual reality cosplay convention / social media platform like Facebook or Twitter or whatever. Though it's in VR, you can actually socialize and talk with people. I guess it would be more like a Discord call, but in virtual reality, if anything. But that's essentially what VR chat has been since 2017. Fate of the Earbloss came out, and now this game is being worked on. Those two games, which are the only two I can think of right now, those games, it feels like if these games gain popularity and more people start doing this, it'll turn VR chat from a cosplay convention / social media platform and actually turn it into a gaming platform. Because again, right now, people are making Sword Art Online in VR chat, which sounds weird. We already have some Sword Art Online worlds, but they're not like actual games. It's just more like a simulation of like, oh look, you can go to the table, grab the weapon, swing and hit a few enemies. They may not fight back. They may, well, actually, they don't fight back. They just kind of walk into you and you just die. Not really as fun, yet this is actually emulating a Sword Art Online experience and creating a Sword Art Online game in VR chat. I think more developers need to start doing what, again, Project Aincrad and Fate of the Earbloss have done. And I really recommend that people who are playing VR chat try out both of these games. Fate of the Earbloss is PC only, so you will have to be on a computer. Whether you're using keyboard and mouse or whether you're using VR on a PC, that you'll have to be on PC to experience that. But this one is Quest compatible, so if you are using a Quest or you're using keyboard and mouse or you're using VR on a PC, you should be able to play it. It's a lot more accessible. So if you haven't yet, I really recommend you try these two games out. Go ahead and experience them for yourself. I think you will enjoy. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up here. If I don't stop now, I'll just keep rambling. So I'll go ahead and end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys enjoy playing this. Bye, everyone.